All right, this is 2 hours, 2.5, 3 hours into a Apalachicola pass to Tampa Bay. I don't know if you can see, that's my buddy boat back there. Conditions are pretty good, all things considered. A little bit chilly. I don't know if you can see that, but looks like 123 miles to go, and we should have similar conditions all the way there. Well, we're leaving. What is that? St. Petersburg. Stayed there 2 days waiting for some decent weather, which there isn't any. Matter of fact, they just lifted the small craft caution. So we've got a northeasterly right now, which is only blowing like 15 to 20, and that should last till the morning. So I'm gonna move the boat to Boca Grande, and then there's going to be no wind, and I don't know what's going on, but it's the longest trip to the dry Tortugas that I've ever experienced. I guess that's what I get for leaving in January. I would expect at least one good opportunity to make that run by now. It's been since the 4th of January, and haven't gotten anything yet. Anyway, carrying on. Okay, this is just a little bit of how it's been on this trip. Currently, I'm in kind of Cape Coral, but Boca Grande's right up there, and I'm anchored actually right here. So, been trying to get to this island or key, Fort Jefferson, and so it's Friday, and this is no wind at the moment. Can't get out of here at all. So you wait for some wind. Now you're getting some wind, but now it's a gale coming from the north. It's Saturday. Gale Sunday. 35 knots. Knocking on 40 knots. I wouldn't worry about that, but anyway, 30 knots. Obviously, that's not sailable. Monday, Tuesday. Now, you'd have a difficulty getting to the Keys with the wind direction the way it is. Tuesday, and you need at least 24 hours. Okay, so Tuesday, so that would be waiting here 3 days. 1, 2, 3 days. So if I left Tuesday, before Wednesday got there, you'd be looking at 25 knots of wind. It's doable, but it'd be an uncomfortable trip. It's just a bad time of year to leave. This may change, but right now, we're here, and no wind, and then crazy wind. You're gonna not be happy with that trip. Maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, you're gonna get some strong winds again. Thursday, so Thursday probably could make it Thursday, but so I'll probably end up. I mean, that's almost a week, 7 days of waiting. I'll probably end up taking smaller bites to get here to Marcos Island, just to kill time and have something to do. But that's the way the whole trip's been. Started out in Mobile, went to Pensacola. There was no weather window. Went to Mexico Beach. Still no, gale after gale after gale. And then left out of Pensacola to Tampa Bay. Had 48 hours of. It was a rough trip. It was during a storm, but not a gale. Freezing cold. And then left from Tampa to where I'm at now. And looks like it'll be a week before I can take off to the Keys. But anyway, it's just been like that. All right, just leaving Boca Grande. I've been there, I think, 5 days at anchor. 120 miles to Fort Jefferson, or the dry Tortugas. Sun's starting to set. The wind vane just got engaged. Electric autopilot has been stowed, and should have 24 plus hours of good sailing weather. 3 to 5, it's supposed to be 20 nautical miles off the coast, so that'll be a little bit uncomfortable, but that's awesome compared to what's been taking place on this trip. Anyway, hopefully 24 hours from now we'll be there. Okay, this is the morning after leaving Boca Grande. About 41 miles from Fort Jefferson. These are the conditions. Had to slow the boat way down so that we weren't taking on too much water. A lot of bit rough, I guess. Not gale conditions, but pretty rolly. Wind vanes handling everything. The little Dodger that I made, you just sit in here, and it's like being in the Pope Mobile. Anyway, should be about 10 more hours till we get to the dry Tortugas. I don't know if you can see these rollers. I mean, they're it's probably 3 to 5 with an occasional bigger set that comes through. Now we're actually pointing to weather a little bit, which I don't normally do if there's no reason for it. As you can see, we're not going with them. We're on a beam reach, but we're more leaning towards a close reach. And we're not taking on too much water or anything like that, getting hit on the side. So that's working, because we pretty much have passed, we're off track by about 1.5 miles, and the wind direction is just pushing us further off track, and the island's so small, the island isn't even 1 mile wide, so Matter of fact, the island's just only as big as the fort is, but so you'd miss it anyway. So we got to pinch a little bit, and which is making it require some sailing instead of just sleeping. So this is now turning out to be less than ideal. We're crossing our fingers and hoping that the wind comes around to the east and we can change course a little bit, or the wind just dies down and the sea state flattens out a little bit, so we can get on a close reach more so than we are now, because at this point we're going to miss the island entirely and have to tack and come up behind Fort Jefferson. But the issue with that is on the Gulf side of Fort Jefferson there's no small craft advisory. On the Atlantic side of Fort Jefferson there's a small craft advisory, so I'll have to figure something out before I end up passing Fort Jefferson. I'm sure it'll be fine. Okay, it stopped raining, and I believe well, our wind angle hasn't changed, but the sea state has calmed down, so we can start punching a little bit closer to the dry Tortugas. That was 4 hours of nonsense. I mean, well, not nonsense, but uncomfortable sailing, to say the least. But anyway, should just get better. It's 4:30 the next day. That's Fort Jefferson. I don't know if shoot, I don't know how to make this zoom in or not. But anyway, that's it up there. 4:30. We're already in the dry Tortugas. 4 miles left to get to Fort Jefferson. Here's the top of Fort Jefferson. There was the lighthouse, drawbridge, or not drawbridge, but the moat, and the dock for the express. There's the dinghy dock, the bird, the seaplanes parked there, bird sanctuary, and if the sun were out, this would really look good. I might stay another day and try to get a better okay. We had this seaplane land right in front of the express boat, and this seaplane seems to like to land over there. He's going to actually taxi right through the anchorage. Unbelievable. This place was super quiet, and then boom, 2 planes land, and the Yankee Freedom, I guess it is. I would assume they have more than one. Look at this guy coming right through the anchorage with his aircraft, splitting those 2 boats. And that guy's backing up to the shore, and the passengers just walk right down the sponson.